Electric vehicles are all the rage, promising a sleek green ride. But behind the futuristic look, there are real challenges that come with owning one. Want to know what's really involved? Welcome back to Vista. Today we're uncovering 16 problems every EV owner faces and why they're not going away anytime soon. Whether you're thinking about getting an EV or already have one, stay tuned to find out what to watch out for. Problem 1. Charging time. Here's where electric vehicles show their first crack in the armor. Unlike the quick pit stop at the gas pump, charging an EV isn't exactly a grab-and-go situation. Depending on your charger, you could be waiting anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours before you're back on the road. Sure, fast charging stations are popping up and they can cut down the wait. But here's the kicker. Fast charging isn't cheap, and it could cost you almost as much as fueling a gas-powered car. On top of that, using these rapid chargers too often can wear down your battery faster. Ever planned a road trip and found yourself stuck at a charging station for way longer than expected? Yeah, EV owners know this pain all too well. And if you think that's bad, just wait until you hear about the next issue. Problem 2. High upfront costs. While electric vehicles might save you money on fuel and maintenance in the long run, there's no denying the sticker shock when you first see the price tag. On average, EVs cost 25% more than their gas-powered counterparts. That's according to Carriage, and let's be real, that's a huge chunk of change for most buyers. Now, here's the silver lining. Prices are slowly dropping as more players enter the market and technology evolves. But for now, the upfront investment remains one of the biggest hurdles for those looking to go green. It's like buying a VIP pass to the future, but you'll definitely feel it in your wallet. Now, speaking of cost, there's another problem that comes after you buy the car. Problem 3. Performance in extreme weather. Here's one EV owners know all too well. Extreme weather can throw your electric car's performance way off track. Whether it's a freezing winter or a scorching summer, your EV's battery takes a hit. According to Scientific American, the battery can drain faster in both extreme cold and heat. And let's face it, no one wants to deal with a car that can't hold its charge when it's snowing outside. Not only does the battery lose power, but you'll also burn through more energy just to heat or cool your vehicle, which means fewer miles on the road and more time at the charger. So, while EVs are designed with features to help manage these challenges, it's something owners will constantly have to juggle. And if weather wasn't enough to deal with, get ready for the next EV headache. Problem 4. Limited charging infrastructure. Now, here's a problem that'll have you planning every trip like it's a mission to Mars, finding a charging station. While cities are getting better at building EV infrastructure, if you venture out to rural areas or less developed regions, you're in for a challenge. It's not uncommon for EV owners to struggle with finding reliable charging points. So, unless you want to end up stranded, you'll need to carefully map out your journey ahead of time. Sure, companies are working on expanding the network, but for now, owning an EV means being extra cautious when you hit the open road. And speaking of hitting the road, here's another issue that might just slow you down. Problem 5. Range anxiety. Imagine driving down the highway and instead of focusing on the road, all you can think about is, will my battery last long enough to get me there? That constant fear of running out of juice before reaching your destination is what EV owners call range anxiety. And trust me, it's real. Sure, the battery might say it can cover a certain distance, but things like weather, terrain, and even how fast you're driving can quickly chip away at that range. Long road trips in an EV, they're far from worry-free, unless you love living on the edge. If that wasn't stressful enough, let's talk about what happens when your EV's battery starts to age. Problem 6. Battery life and replacement costs. Here's a tough pill to swallow. Over time, your EV's battery won't hold the same charge it used to. Battery degradation is a real issue, and as your vehicle ages, so does its ability to perform at its peak. This not only affects how far you can drive, but also the overall value of the car. And here's the kicker. Because EV technology is still relatively new, we don't have a solid understanding of exactly how long these batteries will last. That uncertainty makes people think twice about buying a second-hand electric car. And if you ever need to replace the battery, let's just say it's going to cost you big time. Speaking of cost, let's jump into the next problem that hits owners right in the wallet. Problem 7. Limited model options. When it comes to choosing an electric vehicle, it's not exactly a kid in a candy store situation. Compared to the endless variety of traditional gas-powered cars, EV buyers are faced with a pretty limited selection. Right now, only a handful of companies are making reliable electric cars, and while a few big-name automakers are starting to dip their toes into the EV market, most of their focus is still on gasoline models. So, if you're looking for that perfect EV to fit your style and needs, your choices are much slimmer than you might think. And as if that wasn't enough, let's talk about another major limitation EV owners face every day. Problem 8. Resale value concerns. Thinking about selling your EV down the road? Well, buckle up, because the resale value of electric vehicles is a bit of a wild card. Since battery life plays a huge role in a car's performance, and with new tech constantly hitting the market, it's hard to predict what your EV will be worth when it's time to move on. On top of that, the electric vehicle market is evolving so quickly that what's popular today could be outdated tomorrow, leaving owners in a tough spot when it comes to resale. So if you're banking on a strong resale value, it might be time to rethink that strategy. Problem 9. Insurance costs. Think electric vehicles, EVs, are a breeze when it comes to managing costs? Think again. Insuring your EV might be more expensive than you'd expect. Why? The high price tag of those advanced battery systems and the specialized technology required for repairs can drive up your insurance premiums. But don't hit the brakes just yet. You can take the wheel on reducing these costs by comparing insurance rates across different providers. Keep an eye on factors like your EV's safety features and your local area, which can all influence your premiums. With some savvy shopping, you can steer your insurance costs in the right direction. Now that we've tackled insurance, let's shift gears and look at another challenge every EV owner should be aware of. Problem 10. Access to service and repairs. Ready for a pit stop? If you're driving an electric vehicle, finding the right repair shop might be more challenging than you think. In many areas, especially outside major cities, it can be tough to locate a mechanic with the expertise to handle EV-specific issues. Unlike traditional gasoline engines, electric vehicles operate quite differently, and not every repair shop is equipped or trained to service them. But don't let this get you down. Knowing where to look and finding specialized service centers can make all the difference. Research local EV-friendly mechanics or service centers to ensure you're prepared for any maintenance needs that come your way. Next up, let's explore another challenge that can impact your EV ownership experience. Problem 11. Home charging installation. Thinking of charging your electric vehicle right from the comfort of your home? It's not as simple as plugging in your phone. Setting up a home charging station involves more than just picking the right equipment. You'll need to understand what's required, including the costs and the necessary permissions from local authorities. And if DIY isn't your style, be prepared to bring in a professional to handle the installation. From selecting the right charging equipment to ensuring everything is installed correctly, getting your home charging set up right is crucial for a smooth EV experience. With home charging sorted, let's move on to another aspect that might surprise you about owning an EV. Problem 12. Impact of weight and space. Ever wonder how those high-tech batteries in your electric vehicle affect more than just your driving experience? The extra weight of these batteries can shake things up in unexpected ways. Not only can it alter how your EV handles on the road, but it can also squeeze out valuable space inside your car. For instance, you might find that some EVs offer less room for passengers or cargo because the battery takes up a significant amount of space. And if you're buying internationally, the heavier weight can also lead to higher shipping costs. So if you're considering an EV, keep in mind that this added weight comes with a few trade-offs. Now that we've covered the impact of weight and space, let's dive into another challenge that could affect your EV ownership experience. Problem 13. Technology dependency. Is your electric vehicle running smoothly, or is it a tech-savvy roller coaster? EVs are heavily reliant on cutting-edge technology, which means they need frequent software updates to stay in top shape. But here's the catch. This tech dependence can open the door to a range of issues, from potential glitches and cybersecurity threats to the risk of technology becoming outdated. Your EV's performance can be directly impacted by its tech. So, while your car might be packed with the latest innovations, it's crucial to stay on top of updates and be aware of the vulnerabilities that come with this high-tech dependence. With technology dependency in mind, let's explore another challenge that could affect your EV experience. Problem 14. Environmental impact of batteries. Think driving an electric vehicle, EV, makes you an eco-hero? While EVs do cut down on air pollution, there's a significant environmental issue lurking beneath the surface. According to Earth.org, the batteries that power these green machines can pose serious environmental risks when they're no longer usable. From manufacturing to disposal, the life cycle of these batteries requires meticulous management to prevent harm to our planet. After all, reducing carbon emissions won't mean much if the batteries end up polluting our land and seas. So, while your EV might be reducing your carbon footprint, it's crucial to consider the full environmental impact of those batteries. With battery concerns in mind, let's move on to another critical factor affecting your EV ownership. Problem 15. Towing and payload limitations. Planning to hitch a trailer or carry a heavy load with your electric vehicle, EV? You might need to adjust your expectations. Unlike traditional vehicles, EVs often come with different towing capacities, and hauling or carrying heavy items can significantly impact their battery range. When you load up your EV with a trailer or heavy cargo, it can drain the battery faster, leaving you with less distance to cover on a single charge. So, if towing and carrying hefty loads are part of your routine, make sure to factor in how this will affect your EV's performance and range. As we approach the final challenge, let's examine one more aspect of EV ownership that could make or break your experience. Problem 16. Connectivity issues. Imagine your electric vehicle, EV, losing its connection right when you need it most. Connectivity issues can be more than just an inconvenience. They can disrupt everything from navigation to remote charging activation. Whether it's outdated software, aging hardware, or a complex system, these glitches can seriously impact your driving experience. Given how crucial these features are for seamless EV ownership, connectivity problems are a real concern. Staying connected is key to making the most of your EV's advanced functions, so be prepared to tackle any issues that might come your way. And there you have it. 16 challenges every electric vehicle, EV, owner should be aware of. From insurance costs and limited model options to the complexities of home charging and battery disposal, owning an EV comes with its own set of considerations. But remember, knowledge is power. Understanding these challenges can help you make informed decisions and prepare for a smoother EV experience. Whether you're considering making the switch or already driving an electric vehicle, being aware of these factors will ensure you're ready for what comes next. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights and tips on electric vehicles. Have any thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and happy driving.